Hi, my name is Reverend Father Jude Mary. Some call me FriarJay, and I'm the director of Dominican Media. Today, I wish to share with you 4 of the top tips I think would help any couple to have a beautiful married life. And these tips are not things to practice in marriage. They are things that you should start practicing as somebody who intends to marry. And of course, if you're already married, these are things you can start implementing in your marriage to see how it helps make your marriage a healthier and a better one. The first is be able to set boundaries. Because I think one of the biggest problems today is that inability to respect each person's body and space. Because a lot of people start living together or even spend a lot of time together, not just for the sake of spending time, but even becoming sexually intimate before marriage, they lose that idea of identity. I am different from this person is different from me, she is a woman, I am a man, and being able to appreciate that person as a person, first of all. And that is something that is lost on a lot of marriages. By the time they get into marriage, they're tired of each other, they're tired of seeing each other, they're tired of spending time together, and they are not able to dissociate themselves from each other, which leads to unhealthy relationships or unhealthy practices such as insults or physical battering of the other person. So I think, first thing, learn to set boundaries. The second thing I think that should be a part of every healthy relationship is effective communication. Communication in terms of what you say, what you think of the other person, and what you say about them to other people. Yes, everyone has their flaws, but it's important that if this person is to become your lifelong partner, you should be able to take their side. You should be able to also be able to speak to them and tell them what they may be doing wrong. But whatever you say to them should not become something for public consumption. It's important that you're able to have communication with them and also have their best interest at heart. The third thing I think is very important is to have what I call money conversations. Money conversations revolve around budgeting and basically how to manage your spending. If you're not able to, on your own, cultivate a good money habit, it will be very difficult for you to cultivate it in marriage. And if you must know, 7 out of every 10 marriage separation or divorce is on the grounds of money-related issues. And it's important in our day and time with the economic situation that both of you discuss as you plan to get married about what you're going to spend on your wedding and what you're going to do with money as you enter into marriage together. Many people don't have these discussions, and when, for instance, some unfortunate situation leads one of the spouses to lose their job, the other person suddenly lose their significance and their importance in the marriage, which should not happen if you have money conversations, because you know that that can happen. A situation can come, a situation of crisis or economic crisis can arise that would put or render one person economically dependent. So have those discussions so that they don't become traumatic situations in your marriage where one person feels inadequate or feels like they don't matter anymore. And before long, you find an inequality in your marriage. The fourth thing you should consider in your marriage is what role will children play in your life? Children are important in every marriage, especially in this part of the world where children are considered gifts in marriage. But when they are delayed in coming, what do? Do you suddenly lose sight of the fact that you are still a couple and that both of you ought to love each other? So what role should children play in your marriage? They are gifts from God, okay? And they should come when God wills that. So don't build your life around having children, and don't suddenly lose your own identity when you have children. I remember that I teased a friend of mine recently, and I called her by the name of her child. You know how people just tease or call women by the name of their child? They say Mommy Joy or Mommy Tochi or something like that. Suddenly, people lose their identity as a result. But that's not your name. Your name is not Mommy somebody or Mama somebody. You have a name. You have an identity. And that should be stated. That should be very, very clear in your mind, such that you no longer just associate yourself to or attach yourself to the identity of having a child. Children are gifts in marriage. If they come, all well and good. Thank God for that. If they delay in coming, pray to God for that. But don't let that become the beginning and the end of your marriage. So that if you don't have children, you're unhappy. Or if you have too many children, you start complaining. Or you even start saying, I don't want any more children in my marriage. I just want to manage the ones that I have. And I now start using unhealthy means, such as artificial means of contraception, to take care of my children crisis, so to speak. So one has to understand these four things moving in. Then finally, very importantly, you should be a person of prayer. As a person, you should be a person of prayer. As a couple, both of you should pray together. Pray together before you leave the home. Pray together whenever you come back together at home. Praying is a very, very important ingredient in marriage. Father Patrick Payton is famous for the statement, a family that prays together stays together. I believe that with prayer, with good understanding of children, good understanding of finances, proper communication and boundaries, you are well on your way to having a very beautiful marriage. God bless you.